Nigeria Police Force repatriates wanted Chinese gang leader in joint Interpol operation. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrests widow attempting to traffic cocaine using fake pregnancy. Disability advocates mobilize 70 billion naira to build farm cities across 6 geopolitical zones for empowerment.
We are targeting persons with disabilities because persons with disabilities have enormous talent and economic potentials in them.
Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTN 24. We are live in Abuja. I am Mina Daniels. We start with a development from Benue State, which indicates that the Speaker of Benue State House of Assembly, Andona Dajo, has resigned. He says the decision is in good faith and in the best interest of Benue State. Reports say the members of the Benue State House of Assembly are in a session, and details of their deliberations will come in our subsequent bulletins. Another canoe mishap has been recorded in Sokoto State, the second within a week. This time, the incident occurred in Garin Faji, Sabon Birni local government area, where a canoe carrying about 30 persons capsized. Reports indicate that the victims, mostly villagers who usually flee their homes at night to escape bandit attacks, were returning to their community when the canoe struck an obstacle and overturned. So far, 21 people, including the 2 canoe operators, survived the accident. 6 bodies have been recovered and buried according to Islamic rites, while 3 persons remain unaccounted for. Search and rescue efforts are ongoing to locate the missing persons, even as authorities continue to monitor the situation closely. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has made major breakthroughs in its nationwide war against illicit drugs, arresting a widow who attempted to traffic cocaine using a fake pregnancy disguise. In a week-long operation spanning multiple states, NDLEA operatives also intercepted 75,000 kilograms of cannabis, seized hundreds of thousands of opioid pills, and dismantled large-scale drug farms in Delta, Ondo, Edo, and Taraba. Here are the details.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has arrested a 50-year-old widow, Ifeoma Henrietta Ezewike, for attempting to traffic 1.3 kg of cocaine using a fake pregnancy disguise. The fashion designer was nabbed at a Lagos bus terminal en route to Abuja, with a follow-up search of her residence uncovering drug-cutting agents. She confessed to inheriting the illicit trade from her late husband. In Lagos, operatives intercepted 90 parcels of loud cannabis hidden in kitchen sinks at a courier firm. In Abuja, 2 dispatch riders were busted distributing pentazocine injections and skunk. Meanwhile, NDLEA agents in Adamawa raided the home of a wanted drug kingpin, recovering over 350,000 pills of tramadol and arresting his associates. Massive seizures continued across several states. In Kano, multiple arrests were made and over 450,000 pills of opioids recovered, including pregabalin, tramadol, and codeine syrup. In Kogi, a woman was caught trafficking opioids across the river Niger, while large quantities of cannabis were intercepted in Kwara and Ekiti states, with several suspects in custody. In forest operations, NDLEA teams, sometimes backed by military support, destroyed vast cannabis farms in Delta, Ondo, Taraba, and Edo states, wiping out over 75,000 kg of skunk hidden across plantations and warehouses. NDLEA Chairman Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa commended officers nationwide for their diligence and urged them to sustain their balanced drug control efforts.
The Nigerian police force has repatriated a high-profile Chinese fugitive, Dai Jinxing, in a landmark operation executed through the Interpol National Central Bureau, NCB, Abuja. A statement by the force notes that the successful repatriation carried out in collaboration with Interpol, NCB, Beijing, and the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Nigeria underscores the force's unwavering commitment to tackling transnational organized crime. Jinxing, a notorious gang leader wanted in China for orchestrating violent organized crimes, fled his country in 2024 to evade arrest by the Public Security Bureau of Qingjing County. He was tracked and apprehended in Abuja on 8th of August 2025 and repatriated to Beijing on 15th August under the framework of police-to-police cooperation coordinated by Interpol. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Ebetokun, describes the operation as a strong message to global crime networks that Nigeria does not serve as a hiding place for fugitives. The Nigerian Air Force, under Operation Hadikai, has intensified efforts to dominate the battle space and deny terrorists freedom of action in the northeast. In a precision air interdiction carried out in the early hours of 23rd August 2025, the NAF overpowered more than 35 terrorists who had converged near the Nigerian-Cameroon border following an attempted attack on ground troops at Kumse. A statement by Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejademe, indicates that acting on multiple intelligence from several sources, the air component executed precision strikes in successive passes, engaged and overpowered the terrorists at 4 identified assembly areas. Following the operation, communication was re-established with ground troops who confirmed that the situation around their location had been stabilized. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, commended the professionalism of the aircrew and reaffirmed that the NAF will sustain aggressive and intelligence-driven air operations to ensure the complete degradation of terrorist elements threatening Nigeria's sovereignty. The Nasarawa State Traditional Council of Chiefs has expressed concern over the increase in cases of kidnapping in the state, despite efforts of government to stem the tide. The traditional rulers made their position known during an extraordinary meeting in Lafia. Chairman of the council and Emir of Lafia, His Royal Highness Sidi Mohammed Bagi, described the situation as worrisome and called on security agencies to adopt a radical approach towards addressing the menace. The council also bemoaned the unfortunate situation where young persons are allegedly engaged in the sale of their kidneys for what it described as little pittance. The council is reassuring both the federal and Nasarawa state governments of its unwavering commitment to the cause of peace and unity among communities across the state, and warned land grabbers against sharp practices as such acts will not be condoned. Ahead of a 6-day trade mission, Nigeria businessmen based in European countries have received Chinese investors upon their arrival in Nigeria to deepen relations and unlock opportunities across sectors and industrial growth and shared prosperity. Dogbe Alabi has more.
These Chinese businessmen, drawn from different sectors, are visiting Nigeria for the first time, and their mission is to strengthen bilateral investment and unlock trade opportunities with the promise of a future defined by innovation. Nigeria's economic hub is widely recognized as the epicenter of African science, technology and entrepreneurship, home to a thriving ecosystem of fintech leaders, e-commerce pioneers and digital innovators.
We want to develop our nation. We don't have a choice. We are building a nation based on industrial power and industrial strength, and we are bringing in partners that are capable of helping us to develop our country, to grow our economy, create jobs, and complement the President's efforts in building this great country again.
With Nigeria being the gateway to West Africa's 400 million strong market, there are expectations that Chinese companies will be looking forward to invest in renewable energy, agro-processing, digital infrastructure, robotics, and artificial intelligence, paving way for inclusive prosperity.
Yeah, this is my first time in Nigeria. It's such a great pleasure, and we are looking for market opportunities for Chinese investment and for Chinese business to expand in Nigeria, also to expand in Africa via Nigeria, this gateway for Chinese investment and business to have a better growth in this new emerging continent.
While in Nigeria, the Chinese team will visit the World Trade Center and hold strategic dialogue with the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, as well as communications, innovation and digital economy.
We are looking at collaborating with a minimum of 12 Chinese companies to invest in different sectors of the economy, in infrastructure, in agriculture, in tech, in manufacturing, and so much more.
The Nigeria-China Trade Mission 2025 represents more than a commercial exchange, but an invitation to build a sustainable, technology-driven and inclusive economic future. In Abuja, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
This is the news desk at CSN News 24. We have more reports in just a moment. Just stay with us.
Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back. There seems to be more sunshine for the community of persons with disabilities, as disability advocates are being deliberate in their response to inclusivity and empowerment for persons with disabilities in Nigeria. Gufan Saji Uwayi reports that this time around, 70 billion naira is being mobilized to build farm cities across the 6 geopolitical zones to engage PWDs and entrepreneurial skills.
Joshua Omala is a wheelchair user who sits at the gates of the Federal Secretariat, Abuja. As a person with disability, he says navigating through daily living is quite challenging.
Sometimes you want to get a vehicle. It's not everyone that will carry you on his vehicle because he's looking at how can I carry this man. A lot of our people on the street who come out so that they can give them, provide what they need from them. It's not money. Everything is not money. Teach them what to do, teach them some skill, give them something that they can do to come out from the street.
However, the community of persons with disabilities might be heaving a sigh of relief as the Peace for Humanity Foundation presents a 70 billion naira mobilization fund initiative to the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
We are here for your collaboration to mobilize 70 billion naira funds for the establishment of persons with disability farm cities in the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. We are targeting persons with disabilities because persons with disabilities have enormous talent and economic potentials in them that need to be included at all spheres of national development.
If they have things doing, if they are farming, cultivating and producing their own food, I bet you that 70% of these beggars will be off the streets.
As a commission, we will grant full participation to this and similar efforts that aim at empowering our community.
With this firm commitment, the likes of Omale and the community of persons with disabilities will be able to cater for their financial needs and will no longer have to survive off handouts. In Abuja, Gofan Shaji Ogwanyi, NTA News.
As part of federal government's efforts towards achieving food security in Nigeria, its partnership with AIDS Care Education and Training Society Nigeria are training more than 100 smallholders farmers towards addressing climate change, prevent land degradation, and improve crop production and animal husbandry in Abada and Olufu communities in Dekina local government area of Kogi State. Ayodele Ibibemi reports that the project is supported by the United Nations Development Programme, Small Grant Programme, and Global Environment Facility.
The training of over 100 smallholder farmers on improved crop production and animal husbandry by AIDS Care Education and Training Society, ASSET Nigeria, is to improve food security through climate-smart agriculture and promote environmental sustainability in vulnerable communities. Flagging off the training, Dr. Matthew Habila of the Small Grant Program, representing the United Nations Development Program and the Global Environment Facility at the training, urges participants to utilize the opportunity as they are committed to providing both technical and financial support for community-based innovations and empowerment.
The goal is actually to see how the communities at grassroots level practice what they have learnt, train others, and see how they can do it sustainably.
Executive Director ASSET Nigeria, Sunday Akagu Musa, explained that the training is targeted at increasing knowledge sharing and community resilience, as well as increased farm yield and household income in community.
Farming can go beyond subsistence farming to taking farming as a business.
Get into commercial farming where it can bring a lot of income.
These people have told us a lot of things that we need to do in order to increase our productivity.
At Olofo community in the Dekina local government area, the representative of the Federal Ministry of Environment, Zakari Naibi Suleiman, and ASSET Nigeria team enlighten and train the people on how to take advantage of their environment.
The training is part of federal government commitment, particularly Federal Ministry of Environment, to build communities against climate change.
The 9-month project from June 2025 to February 2026 is also expected to conduct research on cashew value chain development and establish 2 climate-smart agricultural learning centers, among other impacts to the rural communities. Ayodele Ibibemi, NTA News.
And of course, from the development story from Benue State, the State House of Assembly has recalled the 4 suspended members at an emergency sitting. Meanwhile, a new speaker has emerged in the person of Alfred Emenga Berger. He's a member representing Makurdi North State constituency in the House of Assembly. More details as it unfolds. And moving on, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Professor Nentawe Yowada, has commended the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu in transforming the lives of Nigerians through impactful initiatives and projects. The national chairman made the commendation during a working visit and first phase flag-off of the Renewed Hope Empowerment Program in Bayelsa State, where hundreds of women and youths were empowered. Ebinimi Zitemiola reports.
The Renewed Hope Empowerment Program, flagged off in Bayelsa State by the APC National Chairman, is in furtherance of President Bola Tinubu's drive to improve the lives and livelihoods of citizens. Hundreds of women and youth went home with mini buses, deep freezers, generating sets, chillers, cash gifts, and more.
Animal lobbied for it, but God did it. It's divine.
I want to also appreciate the Renewed Hope agenda for finding us worthy for this great honor.
That we need to provide a safety net for our people. That is why we decided to get a few buses to empower our people,
so that they can use it to add value to their businesses. So we believe that
this will go a long way in empowering our people. This is not just limited to what you have seen here today. They are taking this to every local government in Bayelsa. Nigeria today, look at NELFund scheme. NELFund scheme is meant for students.
The APC national chairman and key stakeholders commended the community development initiatives and other support groups for the gesture. The president's love for the state and achievements in infrastructure, education, transportation, and the diversification of the economy for sustainable growth were highlighted.
And that's the principle of the Renew Hope agenda. Taking governance, every home, every life, every person, to the weak, to the strong, to the vulnerable.
Mr. President's Renewed Hope agenda is working, and the people of Bayelsa State are appreciative of what Mr. President has done.
In NDC, we define the Renewed Hope as the social contract that is transmitting ideas and vision into reality. And this is to show what we are doing here today is transmitting ideas and vision to reality.
We are going to return President Bola Tinubu in 2027.
The APC chairman, alongside other members of the APC Working Committee, had earlier met with the Bayelsa State Executive and key stakeholders, where they were warmly received by party faithful. Ebinemi Zitemiola, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here now is a recap of our top stories. Nigerian police repatriates wanted Chinese gang leader in joint Interpol operation. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrests widow attempting to traffic cocaine using fake pregnancy. Disability advocates mobilize 70 billion naira to build farm cities across 6 geopolitical zones for empowerment.
We are targeting persons with disabilities because persons with disabilities have enormous talent and economic potentials in them.
The Mother and Child Specialist Medical Hospital Obuwangwe is aimed at addressing specific medical needs for its target patients, has been inaugurated and handed over to the management of Federal Medical Center FMC Asaba. Godfrey Nzekwe reports that the facility is a project of the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals in collaboration with Federal Medical Center Asaba.
The establishment of Mother and Child Specialist Hospital is a crucial step in addressing the unique healthcare needs of mother and child in the state. It will provide comprehensive care, promoting healthy pregnancies, safe deliveries, and overall well-being of youngest citizens. It is designed to ensure that every mother feels supported, every child receives the best start in life, providing healthcare access to every family.
We noticed the high rate of maternal and infant deaths. And that's where you target our intervention to see how we can partner with the sub-national government on the instruction and directive of Mr. President to ensure that no woman die in the course of giving birth to a child.
This is a fantastic project that reflects the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President as it relates to health. We are here today to officially unveil the project.
The state governor, Sheriff Oborewore, represented by his chief of staff, Johnson Erijo, commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the gesture.
On behalf of the government and people of Delta State, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to the federal government and in particular to the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs.
The high point of the event was the inauguration of the 80-bed Mother and Child Specialist Hospital and Doctor's Quarter by Governor Sheriff Oborewore. Other dignitaries include the Olu of Warri, His Majesty Ogami Atuase III, and his entourage. Earlier, there was a tour of facilities and inauguration of 80-room house officers' quarters at Federal Medical Center Asaba by the chairman, Board of Management, Federal Medical Center Asaba, Dr. Mary Idele. In Warri, Godfrey Nzekwe, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on ET News 24. Many thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.